Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
Denim is in demand at Plato's Closet in West Ashley and North Charleston. Get cash on the spot for everything denim. Bring in your trendy and classic styles of gently used name brand denim. Get paid for your denim shorts, skirts, jackets, jeans, and more. We're looking for denim that is blue, black, or a bold color, and jeans in styles like mom jeans, bootcut, baggy, flared, and ripped. We want everything denim. Sell your denim for cash at Plato's Closet today. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.
All right, still keeping it sponsor and ad-free. Just want to say a couple things before we get into today's episode. One, just make sure you like and subscribe and spread the word. So like wherever you listen to this, because I know it's on all the platforms, leave a review or leave a like or stars, whatever it is. I know they're all different, but that helps a lot. Leave a review if you can type one up. If you leave a 5-star review on the Apple, what is it? Just the podcast app. I'll read it on the air. Yeah, but that's about it. That helps the show go and grow. This is always free, man. Like I ain't ever charging. But if you want to help financially support the podcast, make sure you go over to patreon.com/bigtruth. If you check it out over there, there's 4 different levels where you can subscribe to. They all have their own benefits. We do extra episodes, early access to episodes, all kinds of stuff like that, giveaways and, stuff like that. So check it out over at patreon.com/bigtruth. But let's keep this short today and get right into this episode right now.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's so good.
We have a liftoff.
Yeah, once again, we have liftoff. I want to thank you for tuning into this episode of the Big Truth Podcast. The reason why we're laughing is because I'm here live with my man, Nate from BA Motos out in Long Beach, California, and my man, John, who's local here. We just did about a 35-minute podcast.
It was amazing.
And the hardware glitched out, and we are here in Chopperhead Custom Cycles. But so we did a whole thing. We did a whole thing about the culture of Europe, the culture of the United States, and we did all these comparisons. We talked about the population of Portuguese in California versus the population of Portuguese in Massachusetts.
Unbelievable.
We talked about they just went on a trip from here in Massachusetts down to North Carolina to go see their buddy and his new restaurant and all this shit. And we lost about 35 minutes of podcast, and we're starting all over because I don't know how much of it actually got recorded. I'll try and piece it together if any of that did get saved, and if not, we got a clean slate right now. You know what works out? We're just a little more lubed up and hammered, and
I think it's the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I was really like, oh wow, we're on something right now.
Yeah, we did 30 minutes. Yeah.
It's basically like the New Testament of the Bible. I think we're saying.
Literally, what was it? The Shroud of Torah, and then they found those the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah.
That podcast is like the Dead Sea Scrolls of podcasts.
Yeah, we're about to open up. Yeah, we're about to open up the Ark of the Covenant. All our fucking faces are gonna melt. It's gonna be great.
Well, I mean, some of it might be there. I don't know. So, now I gotta watch this fucking. This equipment and make sure if you see this turn green, let me know. That button should be red.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work. But so Nate is from BA Moto, which is a motorcycle shop out in Long Beach that specializes in vintage and modern Triumphs. A cool fucking situation because there's not a lot of independent Triumph.
It's rough.
Specialty shops. There's not even a lot of Triumph dealers anymore. Yeah. And it was something interesting you were talking about when you worked at the dealership and you were like, it's multi-line. And it's like, I don't even know the last time I just saw a straight Triumph.
No, they're not. It's too hard to
It's
be a
always like
dealership.
Triumph and Suzuki or Triumph and Harley.
Unless Triumph wants to sponsor us. No, Triumph is, they make really great motors. The bikes are phenomenal, but when it comes to knowing the clientele, they don't understand it.
They don't understand their clientele. They don't understand the value of aftermarket. Like it's exactly like you said. They're very good at the business of building motorcycles.
Yeah, solid.
And they're not very good at any of the business around motorcycles.
Nor do they care.
They don't care. They don't care. They were scouting us for a while when we were doing more Triumph stuff, and some of the guys from like corporate actually came out and they wanted to like trying to convince us to be a Triumph
dealer?
dealership.
Yeah.
And then they came in. They're like, "Nah, maybe you guys should keep doing what you're doing."
Yeah. No, I had a while ago. Same thing. Like, why aren't you a dealer? I'm like, oh, why?
Yeah,
I don't have all this money to have these bikes here. Just
Well, that was the thing. They were like, but you're going to have to take at least one of every bike. And I'm
Exactly.
like, I don't want any
100%.
of those bikes. I want the Thruxton,
You want the twins.
Scrambler. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just want those. I wouldn't want anything else. And they're like, oh, you're going to have to like get rid of your stuff and have this much space to
retail.
selling, Triumph belt buckles and bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, I think we're all set. And they're like, you guys are probably
it's
better.
rough. It's rough. So I was on the dealer aspect. I didn't own it. Come on, but I worked at a dealership. I worked my way up there, but it wasn't. My brother and I just got burnt out there, and our small hobby shop just turned into what it is today. So, which is help us come to our shop.
Yeah. So why don't we because you were just getting into that when I noticed the glitch, and you were giving this like very like articulate and succinct kind of background about BA Moto for people that might not be familiar or like not know the history. Why don't you get into a little bit about, even if you want to go further back, talk about how you even got into motorcycles and then kind of give the story of like how BA Motos came out.
Well, motorcycle was really simple. It's nothing. I always wanted to ride two wheels. When I was 11, I'd ride in Utah with my dad's best friend, and he had a Trail 90 that they prep ups for me to ride, and I just would ride trails by myself as a kid. And then I wanted to start a moped squadron when I was like 15, and my dad's like, "You need a Vespa," and so I got a Vespa. None of my friends got it, so I was literally by myself on two wheels. And then I got into cars, which is the A of BA, is American cars. And basically after that, it was great driving that, but I was living on my own, like roommates. But 18 as a kid, working in a coffee shop and driving every day, just working on the car all the time, just was not working it. And then Triumph was coming out, the 01 Bonneville. And I was like, oh, what? So I researched it. I'm like, I can finance that. And I always loved Triumph. My cousin Al, his dad had a 64 Bonneville in a original condition, just sitting in the garage. I had it around for like 20 years. And I would sit on it as a kid, like, teenager, like, oh, this thing's the coolest thing ever. I had no idea what Triumphs were. I knew that was cool. And then the bottom came out. I put my deposit down in 2000. Bike came out in March. I financed the 01 Bonneville. And then 3 months later, my mentor offered me a job. And so I started with Triumph then. And then slowly from there, so that's just how.
But by then you were already in Long Beach.
I've been in Long Beach. Yeah, I've been in Long Beach. At that point, I was in Long Beach. A little bit after that, but I was in Orange and then Costa Mesa and then back to Long Beach. And now I moved to Long Beach. Long Beach has been.
You weren't in Utah. That's all I meant.
No. I hate to say I'm from Orange County.
Yeah.
I'm an Orange County boy. But no, Long Beach is like it's It's really very unique. I mean, you've been there, like Long Beach, and you've been there,
Oh man, I love Long Beach, man.
Yeah, it's great.
shit.
It's great. And then so we started a hobby shop while we're at the dealership, and we were working on American cars and British bikes, because we had a bunch of Corvairs, Ford Galaxies. We were all as a hobby shop working with each other and our friends. And because back in Long Beach, there was like nowhere to work on anything. So we rented something in Garden Grove. And as the more and more we worked on the bikes, friends around our age, I mean, you're a little bit older, but friends around our age were buying the new Triumphs. And they didn't want to go to the dealership. They wanted to find something small. So they started coming to us. And then they became our friends. And then once they became our friends, then they're spending money with us to keep us afloat, or not even afloat at that point. But then more and more they started recommending, so we got so busy enough that we decided to quit the dealership. And this was during the 08, crash with everything.
Yeah.
And they were requiring us to work harder than we wanted to at the dealership and firing people or laying people off. And it's a shitty time. But we boomed through that we decided to go full time, my brother and I, Jamie. And we went full time in 2010, and now it's been 13 years. I'm still doing it. And this is our third move. We just moved into the new spot in February of this year. And it's always, when people ask, oh, you're moving? Are you downgrading? Or I'm like, no, we're actually expanding. So it's always been, fortunately, I'm very grateful that's been an expansion every time and moving forward. So it's been grateful.
Yeah,
very
man.
grateful.
What? So it was more just as a kid. Would you say it was your uncle's bike or your cousin's?
It was my cousin's bike.
Okay,
So what's weird is he had a 64 Bonneville. It was a T120. That's actually still, to this day, my favorite color, that gold with a two-tone white. It pops. It just pops. He still has it, too.
That was where I was.
He still has it. His dad passed away a long time ago, but he still has it, and he doesn't ride at all anymore, at all. So I think he's actually said some things. He just have it, so hopefully we'll see. But that inspired me to that was just cool to me. It stood out.
But that's what got you into the Triumph.
Yeah,
trajectory, I guess.
Exactly, because I looked at Harleys and I looked at Hondas. And even the Triumphs then too. They had the 3-cylinder water cooled bike.
Yeah,
and
the Thunderbirds and all that.
Thunderbirds,
stuff.
Legends, Adventures. They didn't pop to make all.
Yeah. Those are the dark times of Triumphs too. Those late 90s bikes.
But the reason why they did that is because they wanted to separate themselves between what they were, the twin engine. So that's why they waited 10 years, established themselves as a company from 91 to 2001. Boom, Bonneville's back. And that's why that's why they're doing well-ish, but they've consistently grown. But that just got into the moderns. I've always loved old cars, and the more and more I get into everything, it just turned into our vintage, business. And that's been blowing up since.
But at first, you guys were mostly working on the modern stuff.
Absolutely, because we were a dealership. So my brother Jamie's trained tech with the moderns, but which is great, but that's still competition for moderns is, you got dealerships and you have small mom and pop shops, but when it comes to the vintage, that's actually it's old. What is wrong with this now?
Yeah.
As you know. And then from there, it turned to, all right, cool. And we've slowly tried to take on vintage.
Then it's the fun of snapped bolts or
rusted,
rusted stuff.
Rounded out bolts,
But 40 years of people gorilla in the wiring and stuff. And
it ran when it popped.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wire nuts from Home Depot in the wire, in the headlight and whatever. Yeah.
The Whitworth doesn't fit. The American, the Japanese, the metric doesn't fit. Oh, the crescent wrench. That always works.
Yeah. Who makes what bolt fit?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, you guys are, specialized in Harleys, but obviously, the British bikes too. You guys worked on all of it, so I've seen you guys over the years.
And Jay's still running with the British stuff. So, yeah, man, it's a fun world. You definitely need to have 3 sets of tools to work on old Triumph. So you definitely need a American standard, a Whitworth, and metric, because you don't know
when you open
what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, every time, and then I laugh all right, cool, not this.
Yeah,
all right, cool, it's not this tool. Come on, it has to. There's 3 of you guys here. One of you have to fit on this fucking nut. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a lot of running around. But yeah, so it's interesting because, like we were just saying, Triumph not too concerned with the aftermarket stuff, and it seems like with the Triumph dealerships, they don't want to even and I'm sure there's different Triumph dealerships through the country.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of them are going to be more apt to maybe use some of the more custom stuff, but. Doesn't seem like they're super into that at all. It seems like they're we use our stuff and we'll repair your bike, but there's not going to be much in the customization department.
Oh, definitely.
And that's where Triumph fucks up as a company, because they're more European oriented, I think. And then Triumph America doesn't embrace the custom stuff, which is huge in American motorcycles. Everyone fucks with their bikes. Yeah. Everyone changes shit on their bikes. And most Harleys don't even leave the dealership. Someone goes and buys a new Harley, it doesn't leave until they've done bars and pipes and fucking and seats and fucking other shit.
Well, you better be careful. John's talking about getting a newer Harley, so he's like, oh.
Well, after certain troubles,
Yeah. which was documented on the 35-minute Lost podcast.
Yeah, John's bike's here at the shop right now, and
right behind me.
Yeah, it needs actually a little bit of loving. Nothing crazy.
We're waiting for an insurance adjuster to come out to help us, not help us, but to assess the damage, and we will help him find every single thing that's wrong on that bike.
Every little thing.
Because insurance adjusters love to overlook things.
Yeah,
Definitely.
But that's like one of the stronger Evos that's come out of here. You know what I mean? Like for sure, because that, like you said, you've been across country 2.5 times.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 times with that some bitch. Yeah,
I know what the half is. What is half?
It's definitely a wall horse. Well, when I was with the Wall of Death, I took that out as during the season and all that shit, and I chased the wall with that bike, but we didn't go all the way across. We went around halfway and did a bunch of shows up and down, middle of the country, and then back over.
The listeners were wondering what half was. And he
it was out to Tennessee, way out. Yeah, that's cool. We went up. We were up in New York, fucking Ohio. Came down, and we went right around back, and then back to the East Coast and up.
When you're doing cross country on that, what's the comfortable cruising speed on that one? Because they're all a little bit different, especially when you get into like the Evos and stuff. Like, where's that bike like to be?
Yeah, about 70.
Yeah.
I look down and what I think is wicked fast, and I look down
75,
and I'm like, oh man, but and then and other times I really get on it, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm doing like upwards of 90, and I'm like, what the fuck? But then at that point, shit's rattling. I'm like, okay, I gotta dial it back.
Well, the Springer doesn't help.
Yeah, it's not as bad with the dampener. It's a newer one, so newer. It's a 92, so it's not too. Yeah. But
still a 31-year-old bike.
Yeah, it's good though. She really has. I called the Warhorse for a reason. I went down and once in Nevada when I was doing a solo cross country, and I was in a storm, like 100-year storm, out in the middle of the fucking desert for real.
Yeah. There's no escaping it. Yeah,
shit blew right out from under me, like someone pulled a fucking rug right out from under me. It was the weirdest thing I've ever. And I'm on my ass sliding, sitting up, and I'm like, where did my fucking bike go? It really was. Some trucker behind me, really, he came close, but he ended up parking out, like angling it, and he saved my ass because he jumped out, helped me get the bike out, and there was fucking cars blowing by. It was cool. But
Yeah.
I made it back home that time too.
That's my biggest fear, man. It's not going down. It's like getting hit from behind when you go down, when you're sliding, because motherfuckers are on the phone and texting and not paying attention.
Yep.
And that's my biggest. And it was a motorcycle shop here. Same with you. You probably see a lot of bikes that have a lot of rear end damage from someone sitting at a light. And someone comes behind them and fucking smacks them.
Not so much actually, because I was trying to explain about lane splitting back at home.
Oh yeah.
You're between the cars, so it rarely does
happen.
It happens. It does, but not. I think it's fluid
much,
here. It's like it just doesn't.
The moral of the story: if you're in a non-lane splitting state, still lane split.
I believe it too, because I got stuck on when I was going to
at least at a stoplight. Get in between the cars.
Oh no, I was going to Western Mass, and I was like stuck in. They're doing construction, and it was like stop and go. And I'm like, I hope no one just plows me right now. But I could see that. And not that I'm saying advocating for lane splitting, but I could see how that happens. Is someone not paying attention, and also bikes are so much smaller than cars.
You don't see it as much. But I've watched people and I spend a lot of time on the road. I'll watch them, and I'll be on the side of someone, and I'm like looking, and then I know it's bad because I'm looking distracted as much because I'm looking to see how long it's going to take before they look up.
Yep.
And motherfuckers go like a long time, like minutes without looking up, and I'm like, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
I've
knocked on some windows. For real. I'm like, hey, because they're just drifting over, looking at a phone. I'm like, what the fuck? I almost died in Colorado.
Like, hi.
Shit. Some young broad was like, she was on her phone, man. I was on the side of her, and there was a fucking semi. We were going down like one of those 8% grades, like some gnarly shit, right? And she's just on her phone, drifting down the hill, and I'm passing her, and I'm like, there's a truck in front of her. She's not looking. I'm like, this bitch is going to look up and jump right in my lane. And guess what? I'm still passing her, and she looks up and boom, bangs right into me, and I'm got like 3 feet from her in the fucking Jersey barrier, and I'm banging on the window. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, when she saw me, she fucking spun out. She didn't hit nothing. I couldn't believe it. And she just stopped in the middle of the road, and I kept going. I'm like, there you go. It's like, wake up.
Yeah. That at a much slower speed in Boston.
Yeah.
A girl did that to me. She was like, she's on the phone and I'm riding. It was on like Boylston Street, Main Street, and she just comes over right in my lane, hits me, and then looks over and then she flips me off, and I'm like,
Yeah, like, yo.
what? So sometimes a spark plug falls out of your pocket, flies around.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of ceramic can do a lot of damage to glass.
This
Just
is
saying.
steel toe boots apart. I was like banging.
Yeah.
I was like just letting her know with my foot. My foot.
I know. I gotta be on long trips. I usually wear boots. Around town, I'm still in sneakers.
Oh
Like
yeah,
an
I mean,
idiot.
it's easy, Yeah.
No, I brought boots out here because we traveled. It was not a.
Well, you were riding all the way down to North Carolina. That's a significant ride. You know what I mean?
That's a long day.
It's a long day on the highway.
It was a 1-day trip from New Bedford, Massachusetts to Outer Banks.
Well, and I also flew in that night, and then we.
Jetted in the morning.
But no, let's take it easy.
No,
We're gonna take it easy. Yeah,
we close it down. Shut down.
we packed the bike up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Well, having Miller Lights at that point, but and then like 7 a.m, he's like, I grab my boot, like, oh, hey, let's go. Like, oh,
Time to go.
yeah, it was brutal. That was a long day. I love my vacations. This is a vacation for me. by the
Yeah.
way.
You need a vacation from the vacation.
Yeah.
Those are always how it always goes.
But as you said, they're funny stories now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was on the Lost episode.
The last episode.
Yep.
We dropped so much knowledge and jewels on that one.
Oh man,
It was a good one.
But the moral of the story is that anyone that rides understands that, like, or just lives life, like the worst bullshit you go through on an adventure or a trip, like, it sucks. That the more something sucks in the moment, the funnier and cooler it becomes when it's all said and done.
Yeah, when you're
afterwards.
done. Yeah,
You know,
it's
like
like
the
that
next, 2 weeks later when you're at the bar talking about it, it's funny. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
so he took a photo on the side of the road, and he posted on his Instagram account, and then I reshared it, and I had someone reach out to me and go, "What's going through your mind right there?" I'm actually smiling, and it's like in the middle of a storm. Yeah, just dumping it.
pissing down.
That was
That was
bad,
like-
right?
Yeah, it was.
I don't know how bad. I don't want to say it's so bad. And then they go, no, it's like a drizzle. But I felt like it was
Dumping, yeah.
dumping. And I'm on the side of the road, like trying to adjust things on my bike, and just like in a photo, I'm smiling actually. And then I had someone that reach out to me and go, like, what's going through your head right now? It's like, why do I do this?
Yeah.
Like, I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
Why am I doing this on my vacation?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it just because now it's funny.
Yeah.
During it, it's just you're like, oh, fuck this.
Fuck this, dude.
This
Fuck my
sucks.
life. Yeah.
This sucks. And then you still have 300 miles to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those, we got hit out of going from New York into New Jersey. We got hit with a little one, but that big one, I mean, it was so much fucking water in there. There was no visibility. I mean, my butthole was wet. Like, that's how in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
That's
It was-
like,
Well, I don't know what's been going on with the
weather.
weather lately, but apparently in Massachusetts, it just rains like fucking downpour for an hour and a half, to the point where it's like 4 inches will drop in an hour, and then it stops, and then it starts again, and then it stops. But we don't get regular rain anymore. We just get like extreme downpours.
Killers, yeah.
I found this out recently too on the bike.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's summer. I thought it's supposed to be bright and like hot. And
Yeah, no.
Normally.
No. And there seems to be less bridges to go hide under now for a little, ride it out now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know why.
No, it's because I was in Western Mass, and then I came back, and of course I had rain. I had rain going to Western Mass, and then coming back I had a drizzle, which is fine. But
Yeah.
I had so much rain in my boots. I felt like I had a wetsuit on. I could feel the water like literally sloshing in the boot for like an
Even
hour
if you
and a
had
half.
rain gear on it, it wouldn't have mattered at that point. It's one of those.
I love it out here. This is actually my favorite second home is Massachusetts
Yeah.
because of the rain, and it's so fun here.
4 seasons and weirdness. Yeah.
Hey,
Winter sucks, but what are you gonna do? But it's good for building and
I have not been here in winter yet. Maybe
Soon enough.
maybe. Yeah.
It's not too bad nowadays. We don't have real winters anymore.
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah. It's like
I feel like
3
we're due.
years.
I feel like we're due for something.
Oh
bad.
yeah, so it's gonna come back around. We're gonna get fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
So you heard about California has like a actual hurricane going towards California.
I didn't hear that.
What?
right now. Yeah.
Right now.
Apparently.
It's the second time, or I think one of the, I'm not going to say anything right for sure. I want to say the second time that's been a warning, but it's actually the first time like it's that bad of how what's going there.
Like a big, like a what kind of
It's
category?
it's category 4 right now, and they die when they
that's
get
not-
closer.
Yeah, closer to land, right?
yeah. It
But they're
slows down.
expecting a hurricane, in like I think they said 4 to 7 inches in Palm Springs in
That's
like a day
way
or two.
out. That's in the fucking desert.
Yeah, that's
way out.
desert California.
I don't understand why they're calling it a fucking hurricane. I looked it up on my phone. There's like a hurricane's gonna hit fucking LA, and I'm like, they don't call them. You're not supposed to call them hurricanes out in the Pacific. They're supposed to be cyclones. So they're just saying fuck it. This is a hurricane. And it's what is it? Fucking.
I don't. But you know what?
what's
I
the
don't know
name?
the last time I heard the term cyclone.
Yeah,
in
well-
a reference to weather.
Yeah, that's because that's a Pacific thing.
Okay.
It's Atlantic. It's hurricanes. Pacific. It's cyclones.
Okay,
But
John with the knowledge.
what's the name of the? What's the name? Martha? No, not Martha.
Martha.
No. What's the name of the? They said.
Oh, it's Hillary.
Hillary. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. All the
Hillary's back in the news.
Good thing it's a liberal state. They're like, all right.
Yeah, Hillary's coming to California. Yay.
They're like, oh shit. Yeah, she comes. Nah, but that's kind of weird. But
Yeah.
if it's a number, it's a fucking
It's 4, yeah,
category
right
4.
now. Yeah.
That's no joke, man. That's
When's it
fucking
supposed to
high.
hit? While you're here?
Sunday, it's supposed to be I think it's San Diego Saturday is when it's supposed to start coming through. And then Sunday, Monday, and I fly back Monday.
He might not be flying.
Yeah, he might be staying here. a couple.
Or you might be like grounded in like Texas or something.
Or I might be dead.
It's the chance we all take.
Yeah,
This is my
boy.
last testament.
See, but at least you'll live on forever with your voice through the podcast here.
It's still recording, so that's
Still
good.
recording.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Thank
good.
you,
We're
Jesus.
good. We're good. See, we'd really be like an hour in now, but we're only 25 minutes in now.
No shit.
It's fucking bananas, dude.
Time
Like,
flies when you're not
Glitching.
recording.
time flies. So like, get back with BA. Like you guys started. You guys were working at a Triumph dealer. You wanted a place to work on your own shit. So you guys rented a garage. And then when did it go from like being a hobby to like, oh shit, we got to really do this?
It was 2010 when we actually I put my 2-week notice at the shop, the dealership, and then they kept me for another month because they needed me there.
Yeah.
But we went. It was funny. I was like hustling and trying to like eBay at the same time, like selling things, just trying to keep income for me, and then my brother Jamie. But it just kept going and going and going. And then as things progressed, we just got busier and busier and busier. And the first spot was 1,200 square feet at Garden Grove, the hobby shop. And then we moved to Signal Hill probably a year and a half after that. And that was 2,800 square feet. And now I think after that, I don't even know how big the new spot is because it's multi-level and there's an upstairs, downstairs courtyard. And it's been progressing, just getting busier and busier and busier. And we're just hustling. Like right now, like me being on vacation right now, I have a guilt. I've been having fun, but just my boys at home that I know they're there without me has been I'm grateful that they're at home taking care of everything. But it's just been a nonstop growing business, and but the thing is, it's hard to do what we do, as you know, when it comes to vintage.
But at least you can be like, well, while I was out there, I did this podcast to help promote the shop, and now you can write the whole trip off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Literally, you can write it off. Like you flew out here to be on the podcast.
So I'm still taking the
a
phone
business
calls phone calls. As you know, with I hate to say technology, you have social media, you have direct messages, you have emails, text messages, phone calls. It piles up on how much communication that customers have.
Yeah,
reaching
it's
out
crazy.
to you. And you might call, hey, I'm in Massachusetts. I can't do anything right now.
Yeah.
So I'll relay the message to my brother at home. But no, it's just overall, it's still a job. But holy shit, we have influenced so many people, and because we're not cool guys. But to tell people and welcome everybody and just try to show them what we do And our Instagram is actually pretty much, we try to push what we're up to. And it's been like, it's still a job, but it's been phenomenal, the stuff we've been able to do in the last 13 years. I would never, if I had a real Monday through Friday job, that I would never be able to do as much stuff as we have in the last 13 years. No way, even close.
No. At some point, you gotta like shit or get off the pot with it and just go dive in. But like, we've raced in Japan, we've raced in Baja 2 years. Like, we've done just numerous road trips cross country. That's how I met these guys out here. Was just a dare to come out and visit these guys and like, hey, let's get drunk with them and then leave the next day. And that's what we did 10 years ago. And now we're all best friends. Like, they're another part of the family out here in Massachusetts. But at the same time, it's like you just start growing more and more and meeting these people and inspiring them, because they inspire you as back at the same time with like what they're doing. And, seeing, friends get married, like, James, we visit James in North Carolina. I haven't seen him in 7 years, and that's because he's married, 2 kids, and his life has completely changed, but still we rode down there and saw him, and just like, it's just great. It wasn't a great adventure, but it's a great adventure now because it's over. Yeah. But it's stuff like that. And then like, I'm hoping people at home sees this, what we're doing. Like, oh, I want to do that. And then they ask you, it's like, oh, simple. Just get a bike, get some buddies, and just do it and learn.
Go.
And if you don't have buddies, get on your bike and go.
Do it by yourself.
And you'll have some by the time you get home. You'll have people all over the country that is now your friends.
Yeah, and that's the thing about with the whole thing with BA and the platform is, we're from LA. We're in LA. Like, we're in LA. So it's, I kid you not, it's a shit show sometimes. Like, where everyone's like, oh, what is he wearing? Or like, what did he do with his bike? Like, just like how everyone's trying to like be something.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's fine if you believe that, like, you want to be like that. But as BA, we have so much history now. It's like, we are those people that we do this, but we're still normal people. And we push, like, it's cool. You can just like do things, but you don't have to push yourself to try to do things for a photo for social media. Just have fun at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And our doors are open to everybody. Like, oh, come on in. Like, we welcome you. Like, no question is too dumb when you come to the shop. Like, if you're embarrassed to ask a question, like, no, then ask us. I'd rather people ask questions and then do something stupid, and then it progresses to a problem or whatever. When it comes like working on a bike or even going on a trip, just like, like, we're here to help people. We want to be educational at the same time and make you feel welcome at our spot. And, you might catch me on a bad day, which that's just it's me. But I have 2 guys there that are just there. That are always looking out at the same time for me and the customers. Actually, we really do care about the customers and promoting safety and, fucking having fun on bikes is the biggest thing.
Yeah. It is. It's supposed to be fun, right? That's the point.
We've been having fun I've been here since Friday last week. So we've been having fun. I would say wicked hangovers.
Yeah, well, that's always how it is. I mean, bar and all.
I see
that
how you did the
shit.
Massachusetts thing there with a drop of wicked bomb.
So I love wicked, but I learned I've been grilled by Massachusetts people. Like, if I say wicked, has to be like a wicked something. You can't just say wicked.
Wicked is our hella.
Yeah, but you can't just say wicked, right?
No.
See, yeah, I know that now.
Wicked something, yeah.
You can say bananas and bonkers.
So you can't just say hella, right? You kind of can, right?
No, you're right.
It's hella cool. It's the East
Gotta
Coast
be
hella.
hella something, yeah.
Yeah. So wicked.
Yeah. Say that. Yeah. I hear him say hella all the time out there.
I don't fucking say it.
No, but some people say hella out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it still going, or is that
knows.
kind of died out? That died.
Oh, there's it's just.
Is it on a revival? Is it gone out? Has it been gone?
Well, you know what
enough
the fuck
for it
is
to
on a
come back?
rival is like
mullets
and bad sunglasses.
That's everywhere.
Young kids though,
That's
I'm like,
everywhere. Yeah, no, that's
you
out
look
here, too.
stupid. Like that wasn't cool then. Like, it's, oh God, kill me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're kind of.
I know,
old.
we're
I mean, you're my age, right? Truth.
I'm a year older.
I'm a little older, yeah.
Yeah, and I grew up. Yeah, we all grew up around the same shit, right?
I didn't.
I could never leave, even if I wanted to, leave my house with socks and fucking sandals on. No fucking way. My mother's like, you look like a shit bum. Get the fuck back in here and put on your sneakers. Put on whatever. And I see kids nowadays, and that's just me being old. I mean, it's a fashion thing now, and I get it. But I see
socks
them.
and sandals?
I see them, and I look at them. I'm like, the fuck is wrong with this kid? Or I'm like, you look like fucking shit. Would you just get up? But I guess they all look at each other and it looks cool. And that's fine. They probably thought I looked like an asshole, with my Martha's Vineyard short shirt on and fucking, my hypercolors or whatever they were.
Oh yeah, where the heat would change.
Yeah. They're like, the adults ahead were like, look at this fucking dumbass.
So for people that don't know, they had T-shirts that would change colors because they heat your body.
Oh yeah.
I
Hypercolors.
didn't know those.
I didn't have
What?
the T-shirt. I actually had a pair of shorts. That's it. And they turned colors. So my ass is always a different color than my legs. It was kind of weird.
So he was cooler than us. He knew.
No,
That's garbage.
No, I never changed or progressed. Like, if you saw me when I was 16, I was wearing like army pants, Dickies, and Vans.
Oh no,
we're T-shirts, and I've never changed.
Oh
like,
yeah, this was early. This was like
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like Ocean Pacific? In jams.
OP,
times?
OP, and
Like
when I was a
not
kid.
elementary. What's that?
I haven't
middle
changed
school.
since high school at all. It's crazy.
Nicer boots I've changed to, like where it's not as rough on my back anymore.
Yeah.
That's the age. Like, and some good soles actually.
But the problem is, right? You get a good American made boot, and they're more comfortable than most sneakers.
Oh yeah. If it's
the
done
right boot, if it's done right, it's crazy. It's crazy how it is. They just might be a little hotter. You know what I mean?
You just gotta pay too. Yeah, it's good though.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm like, this has gone all over the place, and we had such a good thread going.
The original one.
The original one.
Well,
and this is a good one too. So as far as BA goes, like I know you're doing the vintage stuff now. You're doing the modern stuff. Like what do you guys just do everything, or is there something that you specialize, or what do you like doing? You know what I mean? Like what?
So all right, yeah, I think you're right. We talk about boots.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. What the fuck did we get to like?
I think next gonna be jump rope.
Color changing shirts and
Jump ropes next.
American boots. I don't remember.
Hopscotch. Actually, okay, so yeah,
that might be where the age difference comes in. Like I might have been too old for hypercolors.
Yeah.
About
10 years. Yeah.
No, it's six. I mean, we're old. Once you hit a certain plateau, like you're this age, you're all like, oh, cool. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you. Yeah. You're all right. Yeah. So, all right, let's go back to the shop. BA is, it's been so great. It actually has been a lot of fun when it comes to what we do, which is we specialize on vintage and modern. We do motor builds, like on the vintage, service, maintain. With the new move to the spot is our third shop, and it's definitely a lot larger. We bought out a parts store, so we carry a lot of vintage parts now. I'm out here in Massachusetts, so I went to Coventry Spares, which is one of our distributors for shops. So we're going to start carrying a lot of British parts in-house. Basically, we get a lot of the old bikes, like hasn't ran 20 years, 30 years. So it's just a shop, basically, when it comes down to. Like, our website's good, but then at the same time, we have our monthly bike nights. We race quite a bit. I'm trying to get sponsors to do Baja Nora 1000 next year in April. So I'd like to build a team of 3 bikes and, race down there. We did Baja in 16, 17. So when it comes to what BA is, it's about just motorcycling, racing, going on road trips, going to visit friends here. It's just the whole lifestyle of just having fun and promoting that. But still, like, we have families, we have bills to pay, and then like we're trying to inspire the younger generation with everything we do at the shop. So at the same time, like, I swear to God, people think there's like we have all these employees, but what it comes down to is just like, oh, it's Scooter, or it's Connet, or it's Tony, or it's my brother Dave. They all think they all work there, but they're just part of the crew. And that's the thing I think was dying, is walking in and smelling like, you walk in, you smell the oil, you smell the gas, you smell that's not like a corporate brand. Like, that's what people want to see these days. They want inspiration, and I think that's dying 100%. Usually I think now it's bought, and people kind of see through it. And actually, when you guys do see the real deal, like, oh, these guys are literally trying to hustle at what they do, and they're doing well at it. And especially when it comes to the older we get, people don't want to work, like, they don't know how to check or adjust your chain, or check tire pressure, or do your own oil change. I have no problem showing people how to do things. Or if not, you don't know how to, you don't have the tools, roll up to our shop and we'll adjust your chain a little bit, and then they'll ask me how much. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'll get you for something else.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. What's dying in this industry is like, hands-on, actually doing things, that you want on two wheels and creating the stories. And that's what we have done in 20 years. I've been doing this now for fucking 22 years, which is wild. I've been doing this 22 years. I've been in a dealership and I've been in BA for 22 years. So that's just that we've been able to carry on. And, they inspired us out here in Massachusetts to come out here to visit them. And at the same time, they're coming out to visit us. So we're inspiring each other. But that's not just one. I have people, here throughout the country. And we all just pushing ourselves to do the next thing. And now we're getting older, as we all know, it's harder to do.
Yeah, life gets in the way more. Like there's just more responsibility.
Yeah, but at the same time, like you should be, if we are older, we should be able to push things like, all right, cool, I'm going to take this time off to go visit.
It's the hardest shit, dude. It's the hardest.
It's fucking hard.
And then you got to prioritize. You're like, all right, I got this much time I could do. Like, what are we going to do this year?
Exactly. And I think the industry lacks when it comes to, it's really hard what we do, but to do what we do. And so people can look up to us and go, all right, cool. But then keep that open door, like, you're welcome.
Do you find is there a good amount of younger generation kids getting into the British stuff or the Triumph stuff?
Fuck yeah. We did this restoration for my buddy Sam, and his is a 73 TR5T, which is basically a BSA oil and frame B50 frame. And we totally restored it ground up.
Yeah.
And guy's probably 28, 29, maybe now. I've known him for 7 years. So I've seen him as a kid to what he is now. Yeah, Sam.
He's
right?
a good dude,
Yeah. Totally restored his bike. And
Naughty dog, dude.
Yeah.
Naughty dog, yeah.
Super sharp, though. I mean, he's dumb as fuck. But overall, his aspirations is he met a girl, married her, planned to have a kid, bought a bike, and then he plans things out. But he dumped money for us to restore this bike. And as soon as it's done, he's riding around, breaking in. And then he's on the fucking track in Glen Helen racing with us. Takes out the headlight, takes out everything off, and puts the number plate on and is racing the motherfucker. And yeah, he sucks, but it's because he's never done it.
Yeah.
And he's starting on a Triumph.
Everyone sucks their first time, right? Yeah.
But he's on a fucking Triumph trying to race. That's not like it's a brand new dirt bike that's made for it.
Yeah.
So he's out there on this bike he spent a lot of money on, and he's just beating it up. He crashes it. He washed out in front of me. I was on Father's Day, actually. And I was laughing because I saw him wash out, and he was just sprawled out. I was cracking up. And so I went by him. I was on a Husqvarna 400 74. And I'm going around him, and I'm laughing. And I'm like, Happy Father's Day. And then I hit mud. And then I wash out because I'm going around him to try not to hit him. And then I wash out. And we're both just sprawled out. And I'm trying to kickstart this fucking Husqvarna. And I was pissed because I wasn't mad at him. I just crashed. But the point was, he's out there doing it.
He's
and
out there.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
On the bike that he paid to have a full restoration done on, which makes it even cooler to me.
A lot of money. And and then guess what? Motherfucker puts the lights back on it, washes it. Oh, wait, by the way, he tows it out there with a trailer and his fucking Tesla.
Yeah.
He's not rich. He's not rich at all.
He's got, it's not like a.
No. He's not a fucking silver spoon kid. He moved down here from NorCal and got a job at a video game company where he was a tester, and then he just worked his way up. Like how we all. He worked his way up, and this kid did it, and that's what I like to see, seeing in the youth. And then you want to inspire this type of people are cool. Now he's one of the best buds.
One of the dudes,
Yeah.
He's a good dude, yeah.
So what kind of racing do you do? Do you race any British stuff, or you race?
Oh hell yeah! No. So the Husqvarna I bought was just for the bike you're not supposed to work on. Vintage. I love vintage racing. But I have a 500 Triumph 69, and I have a 67 punched out 750 Triumph. And we've done the Bilwell 100, all 3 years. Did the Nora 1000 2 years. I blew my bike up both years. But we got my other buddies 500 across the finish line each year. So we do desert racing to motocross to GPs, all dirt, because we did a circuit where we did a Thruxton Cup in 2012, I'll say. And road racing is so much more expensive than dirt bike racing. Because if you crash on the streets on a road racing, leathers, helmets, fucking bike, you crash in the dirt,
pick it up. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're fine. I mean, I got, that's my middle finger now from 2 years ago. but it's crooked. But
I'll take a picture of that. That can be your show.
Yeah, it's like,
your show artwork.
But no, it's the racing just in general has been a lot of because we did a lot of road trips before, and the racing's just been a more thing that we got into. And that started with like Hell on Wheels with Meatball in California, which they've slowed down the racing a little bit, but that was the whole like run what you brung type style racing, and that's what really got me into it. And it's just been a lot of fun doing that shit because you have to like work so hard to get the bike just to the track, and then hopefully it's fine and you can run it and it's good.
But it's probably not going to be because it's vintage stuff, and you're just throttling it, and it's like you're going to blow it. Yeah.
And which bike is running better right now? They don't have to do as much work to get on the track on Sunday. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like wrench, ride, repeat, right? And especially with wrench, ride, race, repeat. You know, because
100%.
That's what it's going to happen.
100%.
Do you have time? Like, how much time do you have to work on your own shit versus customer shit? You know what I mean? That's the problem, right?
So the problem with the vintage is like, the race on Sunday. So that means like Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you start working on your bike.
I'll put it on the bench. So I've got better at it. That's like it's not as chaotic. Like I'll try to get on to maybe at 1 o'clock on Saturday, or sometimes I'll come out on Monday. Like, all right, I'm gonna start focusing. If I know it's bad. Like, all right, cool. I have to work on it, get ready.
Like if the motor's blown, like you're
motor blown. I'm like, all right, you're going in the back. I'm gonna pull the one that's not blown, and we'll get that one down. But the best was,
but that's the trick, right? You got to have a stable. You can't have one.
It ain't fucking
if you're trying to, work and
but when I'm like prepping, and usually it's like I like to think it's like Star Wars and like the hangar where all the fighter ships are getting ready to go after the Death Star, the first one. That's what BA turns into on Saturdays. I'll have like 2 to 3, maybe 4 guys show up, and they're all prepping their bikes. And we're all just like, all right, cool, let's crack open beers. Let's get them ready for the race on Sunday.
You're getting ready for that Kessel run.
Kessel run. But so one of the best stories I had was I couldn't figure out what's wrong with my bike. It wasn't running right. I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm like dicking around with it. And I saw one of the intake gaskets on, it was my 500 race bike. I sprayed some contact cleaner, and then the RPMs went up. I'm like, holy shit. So I pulled off the intake, and one of the gaskets had, from pressure washing too much, had gone. It's like missing just like we'll see an 1/8 of an inch of gasket. I have a direct air leak, and that's why it's dropping on number one. It's like, oh shit. So I pull it off, put a new gasket on, seal it up, fire it up, like, it's just like, rum, rum, rum. I go, fuck yeah, we're racing tomorrow. It's like 11 o'clock. I should go home and pack and, get ready. Fuck no. We started cracking open the beers, lighting the cigarettes. I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm like, this is how they used to do it back in the days. I'm sure they were, yeah. It's like it was like 12:30. I'm like, oh, I have to go home and sleep because I have to be up by 5 in the morning to go to the track. And so I wake up 5 in the morning. I'm fucking still hungover, probably a little tipsy. But we drive the track. Same thing. We run, we race, we're having fun. And I had a blast. And I actually won that day. I don't ever win, but I actually won that day. And so we're all in the pits laughing, like, because they sounded great. All the British bikes racing against each other. And we're in the pits, and this old guy comes up, and he's like, yeah, I used to be so-and-so's mechanic back in the 60s, blah, blah, blah. We were sponsored. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like, man, hearing guys out there, hearing those bikes go, like, they all sound great. Like, that was great watching guys. I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm like, yeah, I couldn't figure out my bike before. And before that, Randy, this old time, like 60s guy, he was like, I get in there, like, obviously I'm tore up. I'm like, yeah, we're up to like 12-ish, like 1, just partying too much. He's like, well, you're not going to win with that attitude. And so I did win that day. I was like, oh, because Randy crashed. Yeah. Randy crashed. It wasn't because I was better than him. Randy just crashed. And then once you see someone crash, you go, yes. They're fine. But you're like, oh, man, I got you now. So I finished, won the race. Now we're in the pits, and the old timer was like, yeah, it's like, great hearing you guys, telling me some stories. And I was like, yeah, I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my bike, and I figured out it was this gasket, replaced it. After that, cracked open the beer, started smoking, and we should have left, blah, blah, blah. And the old timers go, that's what we used to do back in the days. And I'm like, I looked over at Randy. I'm like, like, fuck you, Randy.
Yeah. Oh, because Randy's the one that said you're not going to win with that type.
Yeah. He's like, that.
Fuck you, Randy.
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah.
Randy kicks my ass every time.
Yeah. He's got the because he doesn't obviously party as much, so he's got the He's got more of an edge.
Well,
riding?
once you're in your 60s, like when like Randy, like you go Randy, he looks like someone's grandpa.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey, what's up?
I didn't
grandpa?
realize Randy was older.
But he kicks ass.
Yeah.
He kicks ass. He did the Bill Well on the pole start, and people were protesting him because he put some bitching front end on the bike on the pole start, and then he changed something out. The rules are the rules, and he abided by the rules, and he just cheated because they're still the rules. The parameters are right. But
He didn't cheat. He just found loopholes.
I agree.
Found his way around. I saw that thing.
Yeah, you know Randy.
Yeah, that thing went out.
Yeah, and he was like passing people on whatever classes, just like
Yeah, it's built well 100 out in the desert. Where was it at? Was
Ridgecrest.
Up in, Ridgecrest, California. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Built
we
relative
don't.
to-
That's the one thing we don't get out here. There's no desert racing in Massachusetts.
yeah.
Like, where would obviously there's not going to be, but
Yeah.
we used to have cool dirt tracks.
Yeah.
And like, even until like in recent history, like the Brockton Fairgrounds was doing dirt track racing and shit. But now the Brockton Fairgrounds is an Amazon fleet parking lot. So
Used
no
to
more
be.
where over there.
Used to be here, New Bedford. They had
That too, yeah.
They had one when they put in 195. It was gone. It was like out off near where Cogsall Street is, and where the highway is off Cogsall Street. If you're from the area, there was a dirt track there that was pretty famous in the area, and it's all gone because of the fucking highway.
yeah.
But what I was to say is like until like 15 years ago, 10 years, maybe not 10, but like 15 years ago, they were still doing vintage races and stuff over in Brockton.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh
were-
yeah.
yeah.
The fairgrounds. Yeah, it was big.
New Bedford ain't done it in a long time.
no.
New
It's been
Bedford,
a
you go
while.
down to Industrial Park and race. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, obviously, people
outlaw
from
racing.
California, honestly, there's like Willow Springs, like it's a very well-known
Yeah,
racetrack.
yeah. You guys got a lot out there.
But like, no, actually, like road race, Willow Springs is like the track on the West Coast. And what happens is these people start developing property out there, and then they start complaining
Yeah.
about the noise. Like, oh, this track is so far from everything that
It's
you
like-
start developing. It's like, well,
Hey, dickhead, you built a house near a track. Like,
Yeah.
don't make the track close because you don't like it. Like,
Yeah.
you should have done your research before you fucking bought a house or built a house or fucking whatever.
same time though, like, so obviously California is so congested with people and population, but we still have dirt tracks and we still have race tracks. So it's a shame.
But but there's huge areas of California where there's like
yeah. Well, I
empty.
mean, I'm
You know,
driving
like
70 miles to race.
inland empire shit. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
where,
fucking
yeah,
bananas,
we're driving 70 miles to, or if you do road racing, that's 110, 120 miles to do it.
To get
but
to it.
we'll go to it.
How does, and I know I was busting your balls earlier about like the oppressive draconian laws in California around EPA stuff. How does that affect racing? Or is racing kind of skirt out?
No, because it's off road.
It's off-road. Okay, all right.
So like that's a dirt track or street track. It's off road. So technically you can do as much as you want to do, and then anything. But obviously it's a race bike. Like obviously the bikes we're taking out there, and then we're doing the vintage. So even though our Triumphs are race bikes, they still have lights on them. Like we're still plating them. We're still riding around because it's cool when you can go to a bar and your bike's covered in fucking dirt and you have your race number still on it and it's still street legal.
Yeah.
Like I've done it. Like I'm not. This is where it's like, oh, I'm not cool, but I feel cool. It's because I'll come straight from Glen Helen, unload the bike. All right, cool. That was a fun day, and then sometimes not even the headlight. It's because it's still like, it's 2:00, 3:00 right now. I'm fine, and ride straight to the bar. On the bike I just raced on.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
covered in dirt. It's like,
Yeah, that's fucking cool though. That's fun.
So you walk out there, you're like. No, I'm not like standing out, but next to my bike, I'm cool. Check me out. But just to like, if I always tell myself, if 18-year-old me could see me now, how would he feel?
And be stoked about it.
Every time it's
doing
like,
all right.
oh man, he'd be stoked right now. So
Yeah,
that's, owning your own shop. As you know, that's the perks. Like, I wouldn't be doing anything else.
Yeah. As much as it sucks some days. You know
Fuck
what I
yeah.
mean?
It's still a job. It's always a job.
It's a job.
It's still a job.
It's not the glorious. You see, people see the glorious aspects of it,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't see the bullshit of it. Unless they happen to be that one bad customer that bears the brunt of it. But whatever. I'm just kidding.
My favorite saying is every day, any day could be a Friday, but every day is a Monday. Because you're always like, what's next? What's next?
Yeah, it's a grind. No one sees the grind. They just see like, oh, you guys do cool shit. They see your social media post or they see you out fucking around videos and shit, but they don't see the fucking grind of it. You know what I mean? Like that allows you to do that. And or the sacrifice. Like I said, we could all make more money working at video game companies or whatever.
Oh, hell
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
But those people, if you find the right people, they understand that. Especially that ends up becoming your best customers, and also it becomes friends. And then they still, once they become friends, they still like, oh, I don't care, just charge me. Like they're making that money. We're not friends for the money. We're friends because I liked you guys,
Of course,
and I want to support you guys. And now they start knowing, like, Jamie has a family and 2 kids, so they're like, oh, you guys have shit to pay. Like, I'm doing well, and that's why I'm doing well doing this. So I want you guys to do well. It's been when we first started though.
Hear that, New Bedford? Hear that, New Bedford area?
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I know. I'm just kidding.
When
I'd
we
rather
first
give my money to my boys. Yeah, like it's the people, the family. They become your family.
when it first started, people were called, hey, you give me a discount. But as the older we get, they're like, oh shit. I mean, I'll cut my buddy a break any day, but I still got fucking bills to pay. And they understand that now. So they're like, oh cool, it's fine. Like, I want you guys to succeed. I don't want you guys being broke boys. We're still broke boys.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a motorcycle industry. Unless you're a corporate dealership, is not a very lucrative thing.
Or
but
something
it's
else.
fun and it's fulfilling in a different way. Yeah, or something else. But that's the thing. At the end of the day, would you trade it?
I always question. Actually, that's a very great question.
But the day you say then that's the day to get out. You know what I mean?
No. You always contemplate that, but everything like
the day you really say like, cause
I'll never say yeah.
There's a minute where you be like, fuck yeah, I'd get the fuck out of here right now. But like a
feel back
second
in
later, you're
time.
like, no, I would never would. You know?
If you go back to time, like, don't do it. No, but like just this trip alone, like I was able to see my friend I haven't seen in 7 years. I had a friend that passed away 2 years. I went to go visit his site here in Massachusetts, and then I was able to hang out with his parents and like just catch up with them. Hang out with like a random like guy that we've been texting about motorcycles, about Triumphs. Hang out with him and his wife for a night and just meeting people. This is all this one trip, so that's why.
And that's the cool shit. And it doesn't matter, right? Because like whatever, because there's different. I don't know. Within the motorcycle subculture, there's 4,000 different subcultures within that one subculture.
Oh, yeah.
So whether it's you're into choppers or British bikes or Harleys or fucking Hondas or fucking whatever, you're gonna meet people in those worlds, and then you meet people out in general motorcycle stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's fucking cool, and then you just build networks up of people.
Well, yeah, that's
and it's like just fun. Fucking that's the shit that makes it all worth it.
And that's what you push for too. And that's like, being out here in Massachusetts, like it's another extended family of the BA family. But
between here and California, there's 400 pit stops on the way where you probably got other people that like, if I'm doing a cross country trip, I'm going to go here so I can see my boy in Tennessee, then go see this person here and that.
So are you at that point?
Shit. Oh yeah. I've been at that point for a long time. Like,
yeah, it's great. It's great. So I drove up. Vanson had their. So Vanson's a jacket company, very well known.
Yeah.
Very established. Leather jacket and wax cotton jacket here in Massachusetts, and they had their van.
Next town over.
Yeah, Fairhaven.
No,
Fall River.
Fall River.
The worst.
Fairhaven's.
Fairhaven's that way, Fall River's that way.
Yeah. Sorry, Massachusetts.
It's all right.
But anyways, they had
all those Fall River people like, he's fucking said Fairhaven. Thinking of Fall River. Oh boy.
Oh boy, you just lost some street cred on the streets of Massachusetts.
I fly out
South Coast,
Monday.
Massachusetts. Yeah, you better get out. You better get out.
You fly out now, bitch.
Yeah.
So I drove their van cross
Took your
country.
cod back.
Oh man. I drove their van cross country because they had it in our shop for a couple of years, and drove it. It is filled with leather jackets. I didn't realize on how many jackets were in there.
Yeah, it was a pretty big stock they had, but they had that sitting there for a while too.
Yeah, I could not believe the leather jacket. Vans jackets are not cheap, and they're leather. They're like the real deal, like Vans. And it wasn't until we're there that we're unloading it. I go, holy shit! I didn't realize how much it was
Just
in there.
unloaded what was it like? I don't know. We just unloaded like 20 grand.
I want to see 20 grand.
Yeah.
I had no idea. We had no idea. Yeah, because it's our shop, and I'm not gonna go through my buddy's fucking van.
Yeah, you're not gonna go through there. Man.
No, I knew it has jackets. It's fine. We'll watch it. So I drove across country, and then I had a place to stay I'm like, oh, cool. I'll be here. Hey, so I'll be here this day. I'll be here this day. And I reached out.
Yeah.
The only one I didn't have a spot was in Denver, and then I had some, a girlfriend off Instagram. We've been friends for 6-7 years. hit me up and like, oh, hey, I'll meet you up at this bar and you can stay with me and my daughter. I'm like, oh, what? So and then since then, like we had an open house party this year. She flew out and stayed with me in my girl's place. And like it's just like that type of extended family that we've made. But yeah, it's great going cross country.
That's pretty much the coolest part of this shit. Other than the motorcycles themselves. You know what I mean? Like it's the only shit that really makes it worthwhile.
When I fire up a bike that hasn't ran in 30 or 40 years and you did all the shit to it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then you turn the fuel for British carb and you tickle it and you kick it and it pops, or you kick it up and it fires up right away. And you're getting this bike, it tags say like 82 or 85. And you're like, holy shit, this thing's running out.
Oh yeah,
that's one of the best feelings.
Bringing old shit back to life, or building custom shit out of nothing, or a pile of parts that never would have saw light again. That were just like whatever, like just some engine that's hanging around and fucking whatever you. How much do you guys do? A lot of custom stuff or custom builds, or is it just more like restoration? Or?
It's more like restorations and then make runs. We do motor builds, so fabrication not so much. Honestly, to be fucking honest, we have to like actually start getting into that because, and this is part of California, but like it just the hands-on part of anything, like actually working like and fabricating this that is a dying breed, or they'll go out of the state. And it's been really rough. So we're at the point like we have to adapt. I think eventually at that point.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it.
A lot of good fabricators out there though. Yeah.
No. I'm saying there is, but they're like sometimes I'll go, hey, I need this made real fast.
Yeah.
Like I don't need someone to go, custom. Like there's some great fabricators, but then the really great ones I've met and like I'll befriend and they've moved or they do something else. They work for a corporation or it's seriously that rough to be independent.
I get it. Yeah. No, but like you said, that bringing something back to life, and to me, the other end of it is just building something out of nothing.
Oh yeah,
is the fucking best. Like it's like there's a new bike on the road that some dude that is a customer of yours or some gal that's a customer of yours is gonna fucking love, and they love that fucking that machine, and. Otherwise, that would have been in the back of a container or in the fucking basement or like a pile of parts, or shit you created. Like, that's the coolest shit. Right. I don't care about, and I know it sucks, and I'm not dissing anyone or whatever, but like we do a lot of like new stuff. Like, I don't care about putting stereos in people's bikes. We do it, you know what I mean? Like, all that stuff is like cool, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but I like more of the old shit, you know what I mean? But putting the stereos in the bikes and new pipes on new bikes is the shit that finances us to be able to do the old shit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the bread and butter. The modern shit is honestly the bread and butter.
It's the bread and butter. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not easy, but it's like, oh, cool. No one's fucked with this yet.
Yeah. Cool, I can fix it's still all factory. Like, if I look at the wiring diagram on this, it's going to be the wires. 100%. It's not going to be fucking. Yeah.
It's fucking straightforward.
Home Depot fucking wire nuts and fucking.
Cool. I'm here for a major service, which valve adjustment. All right, cool. Right on,
dude. We had a dude bring us a bike years ago. You'll get a kick out of this. Just like every wire was black. They wired their bike with fucking black wires. I'm like,
how do they do that though? Like, you know what I mean? Like
whatever worked. They're like, all right, that's it. All right.
Someone had a spool of black wire and was like, I'm wiring this fucking bike, and they did.
That's impressive because you're like they knew what they're doing. Obviously, all right, cool. I have to wire this here. All right, cool. It ran right. Did it run before or after they wired it?
It ran at some point, I guess. Yeah. It
so
didn't run.
It ran when parked. That's what it was.
Oh, that's still like.
But it's like,
shit like that.
It's like, what the fuck is going on here? You know. So it's like,
oh, there's shit I didn't. I'm not saying I'm the best at everything. Actually, I was not so much. I was a mechanic when it comes to the old cars, but when it comes to actually working on the vintage, that's something I love. Old shit. So I've progressed, and that I've learned so much in I'd say 14 years. Like what I did then and what I'm doing now is completely different.
Sure, yeah.
But it's just like learning. It should be,
yeah.
I hope so. We should.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still in business. We're doing something right.
I look at some of our old bikes, which
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
it's still on the road. There's a lot of them are still on the road. Like, and we are in touch with people, and and we've seen some, and I'm like, before I had a TIG welder, when it was like everything was MIG welded, I'm looking at the welds, and I'm like. They held up. They were good, structurally good, but not the prettiest.
Who worked
shit.
on this thing?
Not the prettiest. Yeah. That was like,
oh man, it happened. It happened.
How did you learn Triumph Mechanics? Like, because
It's all the same shit, honestly.
I know, but like you worked at a dealership. Like how did you?
So I was a manager of the dealership. I wasn't a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
So I was a boss. I was the boss.
The man. He was the man.
I want this burger from this shop. Bring it to me for lunch. No. I was literally a grunt.
This on the day of my daughter's wedding.
I was basically a shop bitch when I got
What they
hired.
did to my boy.
I was a shop bitch when I got hired, and then I slowly worked my
Rose
way
in the
up
ranks,
to and then after that, like I've always been driven and just driven for what's next. And my brother Jamie, he was trained as a mechanic, and then after like I was doing like all the front end stuff, like calling people, ordering the parts, getting what he needed for that. But then slowly, I started working on the vintage and more. So obviously Jamie's always doing it. But it just developed that I actually love working on old bikes. I don't want to personally work on modern bikes at all. Not at all. But when it comes to vintage, I actually truly enjoy working on a vintage bike and trying to figure out why it's not running right. And it's a hands-on. And I've always been, I've always worked on things as a kid till now. So you're just like, I didn't tear things apart, but I understand how things, function, and then just you like, why didn't this work this time? And after you did it, like, all right, cool. So you apply that to like the next time you work on a job. Like, I've seen this, that, and then just the experience more and more. And when I'm like, can't figure something out, I have no problem going to my brother, call, hey, what do you think about this? And we'll both look at it, call, and we both try to figure it out and throw some ideas out there.
And with the vintage shit, all that means is that there's more times allowed for weird shit to transpire.
Oh, hell yeah.
So there's still bikes, there's still shit that comes in here where like me and like, Ryan and Chris are the fucking techs. Like, like I do the fabrication and the fucking front end shit and the fucking whatever, but we'll look at shit and I'm like, I have never seen that. Like,
I love those.
What the fuck is that? Like, and then we're like,
I love it. See,
the
like,
fuck is going on there?
What is that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
how
And then we'll figure it
fuck did that
out,
happen?
and sometimes it requires the brain trust of all of us, and sometimes, it's one or the other will figure it out. And it's
I
just
love the times we actually look like this thing and call, yo, Jamie, Marty, check this out. Or Jamie will be called, Nate, check this out. And we'll all go over there and call, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's the best. Like, it's the worst, but it's the best because it's like
You laugh about it.
Yeah,
Call,
yeah.
holy shit. Usually somebody hacked it as a hack job, or it's like, I've never seen that happen before.
never seen that.
That's impressive.
But it's like you said, we've both been in this for over 2 decades, and it's pretty regular with this stuff. Never seen that before.
Still, I know, it's great.
Still, yeah.
Because we love it, actually. It's hilarious when you see, like, all, fuck.
Or how the fuck did this fucking stay on the road? Like, how the fuck was this running? We had a guy bringing a motor, a panhead motor, and when he was like, yeah, it's been making a weird noise, so I just want to have you guys rebuild it. We split the cases. The fucking shaft came right out of the crank, but it's still been running. And it was like, okay, but Panhead's a tractor motor, so that the tolerance is like a way more forgiving than on a modern fucking M8 or something. You know what I mean? So,
it's still,
but it's like, how the fuck did that thing fucking run? But it did. You know what I mean? So it's like crazy
riding
shit.
to. Go ahead.
Yeah, they built the flatheads for the army and shit. They built them to like still run with bullets fucking rolling around and because they
in the mud and fucking whatever.
Yeah, they were like the when they trained the guys on the bikes, so like if you take fire, you hide behind the bike and things getting riddled with bullets. You do your business and then you get back on it and it keeps
take
going.
off. Yeah.
It's still
when the
going.
bullets stop, get back on and take off. Yeah.
Oh man,
that's the sad thing is when you think about back in the day, like the World War II era stuff, how much stuff just got thrown off of battleships over the fucking in the waters, or whatever, like left places.
A lot of the shit got left over there in the UK.
Yeah,
because I had this guy.
Same in Japan too. Yeah, and actually, all over.
Yeah, I have this buddy and this British guy, and he bought a WLA for like $500, something like that, like 20 years ago, because that shit was just like left there.
Yeah, they were finding them in crates still, like
he's still riding too.
Yeah, like it's pretty much brand new. Yeah,
insane.
But even all the British shit, like, you know what I mean? Like,
the deals are still out there. That's why people go, oh man, barn finds. No, they're still out there.
They're just less.
There's less.
You work harder, and there's more motherfuckers looking for them now than there was, and
they don't know
the internet fucked everything up. You know what I mean? And eBay and fucking.
A lot of these people don't even know like, what they're looking for, but like if you really want to look for something, it's out there. It's out there. You got to hustle though. You got to hustle. It's out there for sure though.
You got to develop networks. That's where the networks across the country work. Like, hey, you guys see any of this stuff?
Oh, I see a couple Instagram accounts where I just want to like, God damn you. Seeing the stuff they're scoring, go,
yeah.
It's just like jealousy. Like I don't have time to do what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're pissing me off because I'm just jealous.
I would get mad when I find someone from not Massachusetts finds like a Massachusetts bond find, and I'm like, how the fuck did you find that, motherfuckers? You know, fuck, damn.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not looking all day because I'm fucking running a shop.
Like, well, you know, Harleys were not known as desert racers, so like, the desert race capital of the United States and the world was SoCal. So I see people all over that has California like black and yellow plates, and it's like a true like racer. And you see someone pick it up and go, "Fuck you!" Like, like I mean, you will not believe in how much shit was built in California and SoCal, like back in those days, and still even currently to this day. And who was I talking to? I forgot what it was. I'm like, like unis out there, air filters. I'm like, this is out here, race tech. This is that. We actually still build a lot of shit for motorcycles in Canaan air filters. Yeah. So all this shit's like, oh shit, we do actually do a lot of cool shit out here. But when you actually see like those deals and you see it's a California desert racer, you're like, oh fuck. Or you see it in the UK and go, oh, it's got a desert racer now. Like, oh bitch.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like I bought that BSA chopper that Kelsey Martin built, so that it didn't go to Japan. Like that's why I was like, that's staying in Massachusetts, motherfucker.
Oh, that's rad as hell. Yeah.
And but yeah, man, fucking cool. What else, man? What else are you up to?
That's about it, really. Just the move has been dramatic. Like it was for me to be on vacation right now. I shouldn't be actually, but it was nonstop for 8 months. But I think with the next thing when it comes to BA, we built a new website, which is not quite there. And the design is perfect, but we're trying to design it into more of a parts selling place. Yeah. But frankly, we just don't have enough hands to really start uploading it. So everything.
The other problem with that is that right now shit is in such flux that you might buy some parts today and it's this price.
Oh, tires.
You buy something in 2 weeks, it's a whole different price.
Like tires right now.
You got to be on top of all that shit.
Yeah.
It sucks. Or
that's another job.
You're going to sell shit at a loss. You know what I mean? Like
another job.
Don't fucking know. You need almost a full-time. You probably need a full-time person to do that.
So we're 3 full-time right now. We have to get a 4th one in soon, I think. But just about like, you know, how do you make it work? But I think what the goal was, I had a lot of ambitious goals for this year. Ain't fucking happening.
Yeah. But it's good to have those, like, because you didn't happen this year, could happen next.
No. Well, because we just the move took a lot longer, structuring everything. But I think the next thing will be we're going to make a courtyard into more of a hangout spot on summertime. Yeah. Like encourage rallies to show up in our shop and have, you know, where it's everything just like it's like a hangout spot where, you know, there'll be like beer, there'll be a rally. It's just a cool spot, not turn into like, oh, this is like a bar or whatever bullshit. Actually, where it's like, oh, cool, we're having this rally 2 times a month with different people and encouraging that. That's what I truly want is have like as a hangout spot. But not like say like where you have coffee shops out here where motorcycle shops there. It's a very, very big LA.
No. In Worcester, where the Easy Company guys are, there's the guys that originally bought the building. Was Stu J from Special 79, and another guy. They built a coffee shop, and then there's a lot of warehouse. It's like a warehouse that's like converted.
Yeah, exactly.
And so there's like EasyCo has their shop in there. There's like a skateboard shop in there. And
yeah, see,
that's
like that's a New Tradition.
New Tradition.
Yeah. Out in Worcester, if you're out there, New Tradition is pretty badass.
As BA, I have no desire to push us to that thing. Like we are just a motorcycle shop.
Yeah. And so the thing is that when they bought it, the guy that bought the building, and then they built the coffee shop, but all the others are just rented out. So Easy Company rents.
No.
So the skateboard shop rents it. Like, imagine trying to run all those fucking places.
No. I see it. It's happened in quite a while for, I'd say probably the last 13, 14 years. I've seen this trend. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying as us as a business, we don't want to push it to the next level. We want to just be where if we do have an event, it's like, oh, cool. We want to be able to hang out there, and then we're there not to work. We're there to go, like, hey, promote the shop. At the same time, we're like, oh, cool. Let's just like drink beers and have fun.
Yeah. That's what we do. We do a bike night once a month. It's the same thing.
We've been doing that for
get people together. Yeah.
Fucking 17 years now.
Yeah. Just get people together and.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
It's that. Yeah. Bike night's great. Oh, bike night's great, but I've been doing it for 17 years. And if I'm in town, I have to go. I just have to go.
Yeah, of
and
course.
I'll put my smile on, and it's great.
Can't miss your own bike night if you're in town.
No, God, sometimes you just want to go home. Like all.
Oh yeah. No,
But you can't. You just have to go every time. And I do love it. I do, especially because in town. Yeah. It's always fun. It's always fun. Yeah. There might be like 10 people, or there might be like 30 people, or there might be 40 people, there might be 5 because it's rainy. Yeah. But still, you're carrying on tradition.
Yeah. No, that's like here. It could be 50 people, 150 people, or 30 people. I don't know. And I don't know what the difference is. What happens? It's just the day, the weather. Yeah, like you said, the day, the weather. What else is going on? Like fucking.
And we have a spot that we can push things to the next level, and that's what we want to do. But make it organic still. Keep it organic, and we like doing it. Not like we have to do it every month. Yeah, that's why I want to do a spring and summertime like event things. Like cool, we're doing 2 things a month for like 3 or 4 months, and after that back to just like street business.
Working. Yeah.
That's You got to pick and choose your battles.
Well, that's the whole thing with all this. It's all a balancing act.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, like you want to sell parts, you want to sell online.
It's like juggling. Yeah.
And you want to do that. And it's like, we got t-shirts, and then it's like, I'm not a clothing company. It sucks to keep 5 designs or 8 designs in stock in every fucking size and fucking blah,
and the
blah,
size you run out is the size that everybody needs.
even wants. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. Or, and it's like, and then people are like, do you have this in long sleeve and short sleeve and fucking zip up and fucking, I'm like, no, dude, I'm not an apparel company. I'm a shop we just happen to have like a bunch of designs. Sure, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, but it's all crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, and then keep it on top of all of it. It's madness. Yeah. But you got to, as an independent shop, you got to keep your hand in a bunch of different things because as much as I hate eBay, it brings in enough money to make it worthwhile, especially in the winter, to keep it keep doing it. You know,
keep the doors open too.
You got to do it. Like it sucks because, especially like with like Amazon and this and that now, if someone buys something at 12 and you haven't created a label by 1:30, they're like, oh, you haven't shipped my part yet. What's going on? Like, can I have a tracking number? Yeah. I'm like, dude, can I have a fucking second to breathe? Dude, you ordered it at 12. We were at lunch. Like, fucking relax.
And there's 3 of us here.
Not Revzilla. Yeah.
And we're not an online store. Like we are, but it's like, no, you were doing multiple. That's another thing I deal with all the time. Like, I'm trying.
Yeah, we're trying, dude. We'll get it. You know? Yeah.
Day by day.
Yeah. But, it's better than roofing. It's better than working in an office.
Yeah, it's better than sitting around waiting to die. You know what I mean?
Shut up.
Riding around waiting to die.
Yeah, that's about right. Or almost dying.
Oh, that's the back of the next shirt. Riding around waiting to die.
Yeah, there it is.
And then you could do racing around waiting to die.
I love racing.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. There's not a big racing culture out here.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know what I mean? That's where geography comes
Next time he's out, I'm going to get you on a bike next time you're out.
Well, sure. I wanted to, maybe, I don't know if you're going to do the Built 100 again.
I say no, and then in the last 3 years I've done it, so.
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
Yeah, probably.
Begrudgingly.
It's politics. It's tough sometimes because you have like other shops you have to deal with, and it takes away the fun. And I do it for fun. Yeah. And when it's like, cool. Like, I'm out here. Like, no, I'm not here to be cool. I'm here like, let's party.
Yeah, let's party.
Yeah, let's have a good time, and let's have a pit of racing crew of like all these people that are all friends, and let's just have a good time.
Yeah. The race is an excuse to party. Yeah. Like,
exactly. Like, and I mean, obviously, I want to beat everybody. I'm not going to, but maybe enough people will crash. I will. Yeah. But like, no, that's why I'm out there is to. It's supposed to be fun. I'm not making money on it.
No.
So when you have like
costing you money at the end because you got to go fix that bike.
Yeah.
You're not getting the parts for free just because you own a shop.
When you have dynamics of certain like groups of people, it's like, no, you're killing the fun of what's supposed to be. Like,
you're taking it too serious. Like
too serious, or it's a cool factor. And it's like, no, we're out there to have fun. Let's just, and even if they like the problem is no one lets their guards down to like, all right, cool. Yeah. Hey, it's good to see you. Like, hey, what's going on? This, that. And there's the cool factor. It's like, of LA cool factor. It's like, no, it's just let's be like, this is dangerous. This is not like, it seriously is dangerous. And it's seriously, well, that's when people will shut me down. Sometimes I go, wait, are you like, it's such a weird dynamic of like when people get like that. And this last year was like and it was phenomenally great because everyone's out there for the same reason of just having fun and happy that no one got hurt bad.
Sure, yeah.
Because there's probably 250, 300 bikes out there, and everyone walked away. A couple of banged up people, but no one's like, no deaths, nothing like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Then we sit around the pits and we just get fucking wasted.
Yeah, I mean, as Biltwell's, well known. It's pretty
Very
big
well
now,
known,
and it's legit though. That was a fucking desert race. It was 25-mile track, and the modern shit was four laps, 25 miles each lap. That was in raw ass fucking desert. That's like not.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to go and crash next year on that fucking scrambler that we built.
Oh, no shit.
And the modern, getting the modern the modern Triumph.
I forgot what class it is. It's not the hooligan, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like the modern.
Oh, well,
Not
see
modern
that
dirt
ambition?
bike,
Oh my God,
but-
that means I'm doing it for sure.
So there's like a modern British class or something.
It's like a hooligan.
They had like they
Is it by CC? So you'd be in like the 800 to 900 CC
they
class.
had like modern dirt bikes, like straight up dudes and dirt bikes, hardcore tryhards, and then you had they had a sports class, so guys that desert race sports. Same thing. They had like a modern, it was like a modern. I guess it would be
metric
just for
class or
like
something.
Probably are the scrambled Ducati and shit like that.
Because they had it was like a little bit of everything out there, and they even had the people on mini bikes straight up doing 25 mile full starts.
They had one lap on the pull starts.
1 lap, 25 miles on a full start.
That's pull start,
like in the middle of fucking desert, like hardcore.
Well, it's
desert.
not like it's like straight and like they'll be like all hill, like oh shit.
Oh, it's like hill climbs and fucking yeah.
That's awesome on a,
And then, like,
a little mini bike.
A lot of whoops, like, and the modern bikes going, ding, 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 and we're just like,
It was legit. It was hardcore, and I loved it. I loved being there. I mean, you always hear about desert races in California and all that shit. So it was good.
It was like legit. It wasn't like, oh, we're doing this for social media. No, it was like legit.
yeah.
Like this is a race.
Yep.
Take it serious.
You know how you don't see a lot of pictures from it, so people are just having a good time and just being there and present.
I think I might have done like one post on our account for the whole thing.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
So-
I posted a bunch. I was there in the pits with you guys and the POS Moto guys, and that was a good time. The pits alone are so much fun.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And but it was like, oh, they're coming, and some of the shit that went down, especially with you and your teammates, man. It's amazing that the guys made it back, with some of the damage that was done.
Sure, yeah.
They were racing all vintage. These guys were hardcore,
Yeah, we had I think 4. We had a whole team, but the group we probably had I think 5 or 6 vintage Triumphs out there, and they all fucking finished. That's the thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We may not got first. Well, Marty got first place, and
See, that's the first, right? Like,
they finished.
cool. Yeah, you want to win, but it's cool to fucking finish on
All
a vintage,
the bikes
on
that
a vintage bike. Yeah,
that we worked on and maintained, that all those fuckers finish. And it's not kind of like they're like cruising, like, oh hey, what's up, man? Like they're trying as hard as they can, and they all finished on 50-year-old bikes. So it's like yes.
And these guys, BA Moto, you guys have been racing for a long time. You do the Glen Helen stuff. You do it all the time during the season. You guys are out there almost every Sunday.
I have we took it off this month. I'll be back on the track in 3 weeks in September.
Yeah, these guys are real. They're real deal. I tell them all, these guys are like, these guys race desert sleds, like old school, Steve McQueen style desert sleds. And at that Biltwell 100 race, I mean, one of you guys, Adam, he placed second in modern.
Yeah.
Like the big guys,
Big
like
system,
the
the big class, yeah.
MX, like fucking, the motocross guys, right? And and then you won the vintage. Marty won the vintage, right?
You got first in the novice. I got 5th overall. I'll gladly take the 5th overall.
There's this little
and all the twins.
little shop from SoCal.
They crashed. They all crashed.
100%. No, but you guys, you're out there and you made it.
They're playing checkers. You're playing chess.
Yeah.
You're like I'm just waiting. I'm like,
So, yeah, when
you're
they-
like biding your time.
When
like,
that rubber band
taking it-
strap goes, you're like, and it takes off. I'm kind of like thinking like, well, I'll just go at this. Like, well, I'll just pick it up. But I'm like, we still have 52 miles to go right now.
Yeah.
And then the pit, honestly, don't tell anybody, the pit stop, I think, is everything. Like, if you can just get in and out and boom, 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 or don't even go, I think that changes everything.
Yeah,
Everything's
yeah.
that pit stop. And then it's the whole mind game up to that point. You're just battling yourself. I was definitely more comfortable this year than I've been in any of those races with the Biltwell. It's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, the more you do it, the more you learn the well, you develop the skill and you learn like not the course, but there's different races. There's different type of races. Like 100-mile race is different than doing like a lap race. You know what I mean? Like
there's different aspects.
Yeah, so you're learning it as you go.
Well, that's cool for Baja. We want to do Baja.
Baja.
Yeah. 1,000 miles in Baja. We want to do that again.
So the Nora, yeah.
What did you do that on?
69 Triumph 500. So we did 16 and 17. Yeah, 16 and 17. They now have a safari course on that because when like Malcolm Smith and all of them were doing, say, 68, 69, 70, it was more just like me. Just like get down to as far the tip of Baja. But now as technology, suspension, and everything else has developed, they literally try to, like for score example, they all pick the hardest routes possible because technology is way better there. Yeah. So when you're doing it on a 50-year-old, 60-year-old bike, like they weren't that Nora is not the same Nora today. Yeah. So when they started developing now, I heard this last time, is they have a safari course which separates the buggies, the old 60s, 70s trucks. All the vintage stuff has not as aggressive as the rest, which we didn't have. We had just like, we were racing against the modern bikes, it was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And we finished, but it was garbage.
Yeah, it's not rough. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But if that's my buddy, I did it, that he Ironman it, he finished in 16. I was like, so might be building team, and if we do it, this is that. I'm like, do we do the safari course and actually have fun? He's like, no, fuck that, mate. We're going to do it with the rest of the bikes. I'm like, fuck. Because it's not fun. Yeah. When it's done.
But when it's done, it is, right?
Like going to North Carolina.
There's the theme of this podcast. It sucks while it's going on. It's fun when it's done.
You can smile with your buddies and go, why the fuck do we do that?
And you made it through. You made it through. It's an adventure.
Because whoever survives is the one to tell the story. And it's always fun.
It's always a story.
Fuck yeah, man. Where can people find out more information about BA? Give out all the socials and the website.
Well, it's BA.
And I'll put it in the show notes as well.
BA Moto. It's BA-Moto. But if you like British American motorcycles or just Google BA Moto, it'll come up because there's not a lot of BA Moto shit out there that we really like you have to fight when it comes to the name. But we have a new website. It's really fucking good. It's just we haven't got to the point where we want the store and me updating more or what's going on. But our social media is linked to our Facebook. So on Instagram, it's BA for British American _ Moto. And we have over 2,000 photos. It's usually of bikes we're working on, customers. The stories is usually current of what we're doing. Okay. So like right now, I'm obviously masked, so there'll be like funny stories about me out here and this that, not too overwhelming where it's like flooded. So when we put things up, it's like what we're up to, and what's coming up and shit like that. So, but definitely the website will be more pushing of future events like, hey, we're having a party this day, this that. So, but definitely if you just Google anything BA Moto for Instagram, Facebook, or our website, it'll definitely come up.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right, man, I appreciate it.
So the next time you come back, we'll have some more stories.
I guarantee you.
I know you'll be back in a year, or if not.
No, I'll be back next year. Yeah. I'll be back next year. My goal now is to be here every year. So
at least once,
Yeah.
But don't bring all of California to Massachusetts.
No, I'm just visiting.
I know.
I'm staying back in California.
California likes to invade other states.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around.
No, I agree. I get it. But then you get a lot of stupid Californians, so that's why I get it. Like, I'm stupid. See, I know I'm stupid.
But there's stupid and there's stupid.
Yeah. I know I'm stupid, but I can tell you, I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah. But, I get you 100% with you. So I'll try keeping them all back there.
Stupid's my business, and business
I'll bring
is good.
I'll bring good stupid out here when I do.
Fuck yeah, dude. We trade and barter in good stupidity.
That's I back it.
Absolutely.
Mother's Day is almost here, and you can get her the most beautiful time-tested gift around, a watch she can wear every day from Movement. Whether your mom is into classic dress watches, rare and refined ceramics, or tried-and-true bestsellers, Movement has something she'll love. And right now, everything at Movement is up to 50% off site-wide during their Mother's Day sale. A watch is a gift that celebrates all the time you spent with mom, and a Movement watch is even more than that. Movement uses industry-leading materials for their fresh modern watch designs, from technically complex ceramics to vintage-inspired style, all for an incredible value your wrist and wallet will both love. And with one-size-fits-all convenience and fast free shipping and returns, it's a stress-free shopping experience. Save big on the best Mother's Day gift ever with Movement. Get up to 50% off site-wide during their Mother's Day sale at MVMT.com. Again, that's up to 50% off at MVMT.com.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
You love podcasts, the stories, the laughs, the unexpected turns. But when this episode ends, the silence starts. Not anymore. Audiobooks.com turns that silence into your next great adventure. With over 450,000 titles, from bestsellers to hidden gems, your love for listening just found its new best friend. And because you already know the joy of audio, we're giving you 3 free audiobooks to start your journey. Imagine your favorite podcast, now with unlimited episodes. That's audiobooks.com. Keep the story going. Sign up for your free trial at audiobooks.com/podcastfree today. Because for podcast lovers like you, the end of an episode is just the beginning. That's audiobooks.com/podcastfree.